Eggs have become a status symbol. Sold as Lucy's at bodegas, called the new caviar.
Eggs is the new caviar!
Climbing to a record average of like $8 a dozen. The egg industry has an easy explanation: bird flu. They claim it's been a devastating few years, with companies fighting for their livelihood. But our team at Hunter Brook Media looked a little bit closer, and I think we might have cracked the story behind soaring egg prices, which it turns out is much more complicated than a bird flu outbreak. Okay, so this is far from the first time we've ever seen bird flu. There was actually another outbreak in 2015. But in 2022, prices rose by 3 times more per hen killed than they did in 2015. The industry has also put forward another explanation. They talk about the overall inflation of the economy, implying that the cost to produce an egg have gone up. But feed costs, which account for roughly half of egg production expenses, have actually decreased significantly since 2022. The cost of propane and natural gas, the most common type of fuel in poultry farming, they're down too. Even Cal-Maine, the biggest egg producer, which has seen profits surge by like 900% since 2022, shows in its own financial statements that production costs are down like 17% from 2023 to 2024. And you don't need me to tell you, bodegas were not selling eggs as Lucy's in 2023. All right, so maybe it's demand? People just like fiending for eggs? No. According to the industry's data, US egg consumption per person actually dropped from 292 eggs annually in 2019 to 274 in 2024. Now, Big Egg will tell you it's not their fault. They just charge what the market tells them. But unlike other commodities like soy or corn or even orange juice, most eggs are sold when 2 sides independently agree on a price. A price that's usually determined by a private price reporting agency called Urner Barry. But here's what's crazy. Urner Barry claims that its prices are set by data collected from the market participants. So the producers are claiming to rely on Urner Barry to set prices, while Urner Barry's making the exact same claim about the producers. I'm sorry about this, but I mean, talk about a chicken and egg situation. This state of affairs has not gone unnoticed by state attorneys general, who have called out this feedback loop in multiple actions surrounding price gouging in the egg industry. This may explain something you've noticed. You know how like in the before times, cage-free eggs were much more expensive than conventional eggs, which makes sense. But now it's conventional eggs that are more expensive. One difference between the two is that cage-free eggs are generally priced according to long-term contracts, which, you know, are based on actual production costs. Whereas conventional eggs, they're priced on Urner Barry. For its part, Urner Barry responded to our request for comment and said, "We don't set prices. We simply observe and report what's happening," which might be true. That doesn't mean that egg producers aren't taking advantage of their platform. Now, part of what makes this whole thing possible is the consolidation of the egg industry. The 4 largest companies now control 39% of the market, approaching what economists call an oligopoly threshold. This concentration amplifies the impact of bird flu outbreaks. And when an industry consolidates, supply and demand often don't end up being what dictates price. As one Urner Barry analyst candidly explains in a video that Hunter Brook found from last year, these high egg prices, they might actually just come down to, quote, psychology. In other words, they're charging more because they think they can get away with it. Are we gonna let them? Reach out to ideas@hunterbrook.com if you know anything about what's going on in the egg world, and share this video to spread the word.